Welcome back to Final Fantasy III. In the previous episode I ventured through Amur's sewers to obtain the Levigrass shoes so I could walk over a bottomless bog to Goldor's manor, defeating its master, grabbing the chain key so I could release my ship. As I flew above Saronia though, I got blasted out of the sky, falling into a city in strife. I met with Alas, joining with him to meet the king, who was being controlled by Garuda, passing the crown to Alas. Saronia's engineers have repaired and given us the Nautilus, the fastest airship. With it, I can resume my travels, so let's get to it. I take off on the Nautilus, flying to the Dalg continent, located to the southeast of Saronia. New enemies in this continent include chimeras, enemies capable of petrification, frost flies, fire-weak enemies that can cast Blizzara, gargoyles, these ones are weak to air, simurgs, enemies similar to gargoyles, and harpies, incredibly high HP air-weak enemies. Notably, these encounters can show up when flying the Nautilus, leaving most of them vulnerable to the Geomancer's Cyclone ability. After flying through a narrow valley, I arrive at Doga's manor, being immediately accosted by Moguls. Doga does arrive, diffusing the situation. He was an apprentice of Noah, just as Xanda and Unei were. Noah gave Doga the gift of magic, Unei the dream world, and Xanda mortality. Xanda was displeased, using the earth crystal to unleash the earthquake. Turns out Goldor's crystal was a fake. Xanda has sealed the light, so Doga will give us his help to stop him. I go upstairs, and Mogul tells that Unei is sleeping in a shrine south of Saronia. There's also an item shop, and a magic shop that sells Firaga, the strongest fire spell, Bio, a non-elemental damage spell, Warp, it teleports the party to a previous floor, Aeroga, the strongest wind spell, Stona, it removes petrification, Haste, a spell that boosts the number of attack hits, as well as Kurag and Raise. In a room to the north, a Mogul says that the Cave of the Circle leads to the Dark World. The pots here can heal the party, the bookshelf has a high potion, and the candle here unlocks a secret path. In the previous room I can actually use a Gashel Green by the East candle to summon the Fat Chocobo. After making preparations, which include buying Firaga for Alice as well as Aeroga and Stona for Alvin, I head towards the secret corridor, turning my party mini so I can enter the Cave of the Circle. New enemies here include Dread Knights, a basic enemy, Flyer Mages, air-weak enemies that use elemental magic, Demon Horses, these ones have a sleep-inducing attack, Bovians, enemies similar to Dread Knights, and Rock Gargoyles. They can petrify with their attacks or with the Break Gust spell. I go west, climbing downstairs to the second floor. I then go north and west, climbing down to the third floor, going west and south, going to a room with a magic circle. Doga chants a spell that allows the Nautilus to go underwater. Doga tells me to go south of Saronia, where the Temple of Time is, at Cape Twin Horn. It is there that I will find Noah's Lute. I can use it to call Unei from the dream world, so I can get the airship invincible. I am thus warped out of the cave. Since I can now go underwater, I take a dive near the east coast of Dalg. New enemies I can find at the bottom of the ocean include Noggles, a basic enemy, Aptus, not much stronger than Noggles, Kaguras, another basic enemy, and the Charybdis, the highest HP enemy. There's a path through the mountains here that leads to a lake. I surface here, finding Doga's village, where many spells are available for sale. The shops here include level 3 spells, level 4 spells, level 5 spells, level 6 spells, from which I buy a haste for Alvin, summon spells, as well as level 7 spells. It includes Quake, an earth elemental damage spell, Break Gu for petrification, Drain, a recovery elemental HP stealing spell, Kuraja, the strongest healing spell, Esuna, the status removal spell, and Reflect. It creates a one-time spell bouncing shield. I change Alex back to Knight and Alan to Bard, going to Duster to buy a Bard vest and Madhura Arc for Alan. I then fly to the Triangle Island, diving underwater to enter the nearby sunken cave. New enemies here include Dozmares, the weakest enemy here, Sea Witches, these ones have a lightning weakness, Kelpies, slightly stronger enemies, Killer Hermits, another lightning weak enemy, Ologhais, decently strong enemies, and Aigirs, the strongest around here. I go west, finding stairs to the second floor. The western chest here has a diamond shield that grants a resistance to lightning and an immunity to confusion and toad. I give it to Alex. I then go east, opening a chest containing the Defender, a sword that can cast Protect and grants +5 vitality. I give it to Alex. I then go back west and south, opening a chest that has the dual Tomahawk. Then I climb down to the third floor, which contains much treasure, including an ancient sword that is holy elemental, a diamond shield, a diamond helm that I give to Alex. All diamond armor has the same protective properties. There's also a Bacchus's wine, a black hole, a battle item capable of one-shotting enemies, a set of diamond mail that I give to Alex, an air knife that is air elemental, a Loki harp that I give to Alan, a diamond bracer that I give to Alvin, a phoenix down, an elixir, and diamond gloves that I give to Alex. From here, there's a secret path to the west that leads to 4 chests. The first chest has an Aegis shield. It grants +5 agility and an immunity to confusion, toad, sleep, and petrification. Before I can give this to Alex, I must face a zombie dragon, a strong undead enemy. The second chest has a Triton's hammer. It's air elemental and is guarded by an ether. This strong enemy can use the divide ability to create another copy of itself. The third chest contains a set of reflect mail. Before I can give it to Alex, I must face the Deathclaw, a strong enemy that automatically splits when struck by weapons that aren't dark elemental. The last chest has a blood lance, an air and recovery elemental weapon that steals HP, effect reverse on undead. It is guarded by a Periton, a pretty strong enemy with no tricks. With my raiding done, I warp out. I make a visit to Replito. I had forgotten an item here. By examining a candle at the cell, I open a path to an elixir. I then go to Doga's village. I buy Quake for Alice, as well as Couraja and Esuna for Alvin. I then fly near Saronia, diving underwater to enter the Saronian catacombs. New enemies that can be found here include the Kyklops, a basic enemy, boss trolls, an enemy similar to the Kyklops, Pahans, these ones can cast Breakdeath, Kenkos, they have high HP, and Balors. They have the strongest attack. I climb up to the second floor, then go west to climb up to the third floor. I go around the northeast wall, opening a chest that contains the Golem staff, then go further north, opening chests that have a Gaia vest and Aegis shield. I then go to the south and west, going around the wall to open a chest that contains a set of reflect mail, then go further north to open a chest that holds a diamond bell. I then climb up to the fourth floor. There's a secret path to the east here. It has 8 chests. The bottom 4 each have a Phoenix down, which is being guarded by an Aeon, a strong enemy with an Earthquake ability, while the top 4 each hold an elixir that is being guarded by an Ouroboros, a lightning weak enemy that poisons with its attacks. I go back west and climb upstairs, finding myself back at the Saronian castle. The figure here is Odin. Rousing him from his sleep initiates combat. He's an incredibly strong boss that's got the Zantetsuken ability for party-wide damage. I cheer with Alan, buff Alex with haste, and cast Quake with Alice. I do finish him fairly quickly. Having proven my worth, I can now summon Odin with a Catastro spell. Evokers get either a party-wide reflect or a powerful single-target non-elemental attack. I change Alice back to Thief, then fly to the very south of the continent, diving underwater to the Temple of Time. New enemies here include Chimera Mages. They have a lightning ability, King Lizards, a basic enemy, King Seahorses, a somewhat stronger enemy, Dragons, these ones spew flames, Dyrus, high HP enemies with an air weakness, Behemoths, they have good strength and bulk, and Pterodactyls, another air weak enemy. I go south, unlocking a door to a room that has a diamond helm. The next room over has a diamond bracer. I then go north and east, climbing down to the second floor. The chest here has a defender. I then exit the room, going to the next room east, finding a chest with a set of diamond mail. I then go to the northwest room, opening chests that have diamond gloves and the Orichalcum. I then go to the northeast room, finding stairs to the third floor. I go south, then climb the eastern waterfall, finding a secret path that leads me to chests that contain a Lamia harp and 2 protect rings. They grant +5 vitality. I give these to Alvin and Alice. I return to the west, going south then west again. The room here has a diamond shield. Then I go to the room east, finding Noah's Lute. I teleport out, then fly north of here, finding a cave. It's Unei's shrine. The parrot tells me to play Noah's Lute. It wakes up Unei. After some exercising, she tells me to go fetch the Invincible at the ancient ruins to the north. She joins us, giving us the Fang of Fire as well. The elemental fangs are needed to fight Xanda, and the Invincible is necessary to find the last of them. I change Alice back to Black Mage, then set out west of Saronia, finding the ancient ruins. New enemies found here include the Pyralis, a high HP enemy. Azraels, these enemies can use the divide ability. Gaps, these ones split on being struck by non-dark weapons. Haniels, a stronger splitting enemy. Silenuses, these ones are similar to Gaps. And Valifors, another strong splitting enemy. There was a cave in here, splitting the research team. Unei uses her powers to clear the Adamantite. I then go south. The first room here has a set of reflect mail. The next room over has researchers that tell about the cave's paintings. It is here that I find an inn, an item shop, a weapon shop that sells blood swords, defenders, triton hammers, dual tomahawks, and ancient swords, and an armor shop that sells diamond shields, helms, mail, bracers, and gloves. I go back south, climbing down to the second floor. I go all the way south and east, opening a chest that has a chakra band. Then I go west, opening a chest that has a black belt. I then go north and west, opening a chest that has a rune bell. Then go east, opening a chest that holds the fairy claws. They can cast confusion. I then go north and east, climbing down to the 3rd floor. Here I go east to the 4th floor, west to the 5th floor, south to the 6th floor, then south to the 7th floor, and even further south, finding the airship Invincible. I take the helm, lifting the airship above the waves. Unei then explains the Invincible's capabilities and amenities. I can use the ladder to return to the surface and fly over mountains. There's an item shop, an armor shop that sells diamond equipment, white and black robes, as well as Gaia vests, a weapon shop that sells defenders, great axes, tomes of fire, ice and light, Yoichi arrows, Loki harps and rune bells, as well as a level 7 magic shop. There's also a fat chocobo and a place I can rest. Unei then leaves, telling me to go to the Cave of Shadows near Amur. Once I get the Fang of Earth, I should go back to Doga's Manor. This has been quite a journey now. I braved the winds of Dalg, finding Doga's Manor. After joining with Doga, I went through the Cave of the Circle to enchant the Nautilus so it can submerge underwater. After finding much treasure at the sunken cave and proving myself to Odin at Saronia, I explored the Temple of Time, finding Noah's Lute, and used it to wake up Unei. With her wisdom, I braved the ancient ruins, finding the airship Invincible. This ship can fly a short distance over mountains, and is fit with many amenities. Using this airship, I can finally explore the Cave of Shadows to find the last elemental Fang. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, as I get the final Fang needed to face Xunda.